Hello guys, welcome back to another video. Today I've got for you this absolutely gorgeous Hyundai IX35, and as always I'm going to do a quick walk around just so you can see the condition of the car, and then we're going to jump inside and I'm going to show you all the interior features and gizmos and gadgets and everything that this car comes with, because there's quite a lot to talk about on the interior, because this car comes absolutely fully loaded. Now, like I said, this is a Hyundai iX35 Premium 4-wheel drive CRDI, finished in white. It is obviously an SUV. It has a 2-liter diesel engine, and that puts out 134 brake horsepower. It was first registered on the 31st of May 2013, and it comes with a valid MOT until the 20th of November 2025. The road tax is £265 per year, or £145 over 6 months. Insurance group is 19E, so it's quite low in the insurance bracket, which basically means it's not going to break the bank to insure this thing. And in terms of CO2 output, it puts out 154 grams per kilometer. And in terms of fuel economy, this car absolutely shines. You can get about 40 miles per gallon around town, 54 miles per gallon on a motorway run, with a combined fuel economy of 47 miles per gallon, which is absolutely fantastic. In terms of performance, so you're looking at a top speed of 121 miles per hour, and it has a 0 to 60 time of 9.8 seconds. It comes with some service history. Obviously, I've just had it serviced myself, and on top of that, I've just fitted a brand new clutch and flywheel with the car. So, yeah, that was not a cheap job. Clutch and flywheel on a Hyundai like this, you're looking at minimum £1,200, so £1,200 at a minimum. That's just for the clutch and the flywheel, plus you've got service and everything else on top. So yeah, this car owes me a substantial amount of money, but it is such a beautiful car. It is in fantastic condition. It drives absolutely beautiful, especially now after it's just had the clutch done. It is perfect. It is absolutely gorgeous. But let's just get a little bit closer. It does come with these black alloy wheels, which again, I think black alloy wheels on a white car, I think it always look nice, and especially if it's got rear tinted windows as well, like this one does. I just think it looks really, really cool to have black alloys on a white car. But again, that could just be my own preference. You've probably just seen me pressing this button. So the car has keyless entry and keyless go. I'm just going to quickly show you. So that's the, no, that's not the key, sorry. Bit of a mistake there. That's the key for a different car. That's from a BMW. That's the key here. So that's the Hyundai key. So the key lives in my pocket. I don't need to take the key out, because the keyless entry system has this little button here. So the car is now locked. Okay, now as long as you have the key on you, you press that button and that just unlocks the doors for you. And it's the same thing when you close it. You press the button and you lock it. So you don't physically need to take the key out of your pocket at all. So you can lock, unlock, start and stop the car without having to take the key out of your pocket, which is great. Right, let's have a quick look over at the inside. So in terms of interior quality, it is top notch. You've got really nice soft touch materials in all the places that you touch. You've got leather here. You've got front electric windows. The seats are in very, very, very good condition. They do have a few little, like for example here, right, they've got these little creases, but I mean that's normal and that's to be expected of a car of this age and mileage. But then again, they're not, it's not torn, it's not ripped, it is literally just small little hairline cracks. But as always, I always try to point these things out, because I don't want people driving God knows how many hours to come here and they see this and these haven't been I don't know, highlighted in photos or something like that, and then you just get disappointed. It's the same thing on the driver's side. Granted, it's a little bit more worn on the driver's side, but we'll get to that when we get to the front. But again, obviously that seat has seen the most wear because you got to be sat in that seat to get it to the mileage that it's at, which is not high by any means, but still, it's just wear and tear. And at the end of the day, it is a used car, so yeah. Glove box, nice and big. You've got your owner's manual in there as well, and even the material in the dashboard, so it's not like scratchy plastic, it's like really nice soft touch rubber kind of feel to it. I don't know if you've noticed, but obviously I'll point this out as well. So you've got this dual sunroof, so you've got one obviously at the front, and then you've got the other one at the rear, and the one at the front also opens, as you can see in here. I've left it open. Obviously I'll close it when I get back in. But again, that lets so much light come into the car. It's fantastic. Moving over to the rear, again, you've got really nice wide opening doors, makes getting in and out of the car very easy. You've got nice big door pockets. You can fit a water bottle in there, and you've got electric windows on the rear. Plus, you also have heated seats on the rear as well. Now, obviously, Hyundai is not a premium brand, right? It's not Porsche, it's not Mercedes, it's not, they're not premium brands, but that doesn't mean that they can't fit all the toys that bigger brands have. But the difference is you're not paying the big bucks or the big pounds, whatever, when you purchase a Hyundai, because you still get the same quality, you still get the same level of tech, but at a much better price. So is it really worth having that little 3-point star in the front, or the little Bavarian Bayerische Motorenwerke sign in the front, or those little 4 rings? You be the judge of that. But yeah, in terms of like interior quality, it's not bad. The rear seats obviously have seen a lot less use, as you can see from here. You do have a armrest over at the back with a couple of cup holders in there. The seats obviously do fold down, so you can fold down the seats to make to give yourself a larger loading area if you need to carry any larger items. In the back of the front seats, you've got these little pockets where kids can put their snacks, iPads, stuff like that. You do have lumbar support for the driver as well. And let's head over to the rear. You've got rear parking sensors. You've got the towing hook, but then on top of that, you also have a reversing camera. Now, you're probably going to see that it's got 2 cameras here. And let's have a quick look. So that one was probably the original camera. And as you can see, it got a bit oxidized inside. So the previous owner must have just replaced it with this camera, but now this one works absolutely fine. So you still have a backup camera. Over here, you've got the IX35 logo, CRDI, and the 4-wheel drive. And the boot is massive. Like, there's acres and acres of room inside the boot there. You do have a 12-volt socket in the boot, which is perfect if you need to plug in, like, I don't know, a fridge or a vacuum or something like that, for whenever you go camping. Down here, you've got your spare tire, and at the top here, you also have this parcel shelf, which retracts, and that's perfect if you want to keep all your valuables hidden from prying eyes. You can put anything you want in there, and then people can't see what you've got in the back. They will struggle to see anyway, because, like I said, the windows are tinted, so you can't really see inside unless you get like really close with a phone camera, then you can see. But obviously, if you've got that parcel shelf pulled, then people won't see anything inside. I am looking to see if I can find any imperfections like dents, scratches, anything like that. That's the alloy over on this side. I can't see any, but as always, if there is anything, I will point them out, obviously if I can see it myself. Having a look over the back, behind the driver, again, it's exactly the same. You still have the heated seat over here, and just to show you how this side looks like, again, they're really good condition. Plus you do have isofix points on the two other seats, so on this one and on that one over there, and that just makes it a much more family orientated car. Right, let's have a look over at the driver's side. Actually, before we do you hear the car beeping? It was, well, it's stopped now, but it was beeping because I've left the sunroof open. So when you try to get out of the car and the sunroof is open, it will try to warn you that you've left it open. Right. Oh, there you go. I've just spotted that. So it had a little bit of a stone chip there at some point, and somebody just touched it up. But honestly, if you take a couple of steps back, you can't see it anymore. So that's why I probably haven't noticed it myself. I've just seen it now. Engine, good old 2-liter diesel, runs absolutely fine, no issues whatsoever. You've got your coolant in there, and yeah, if you've never watched any of my other videos, I will tell you now, in regards to the engine bays, I don't like cleaning engine bays, and the reason for that, I'll explain it again. Usually if you find a car with a clean engine bay, then that could be a sign of somebody trying to hide something, like an oil explosion or a coolant leak or something like that. So people clean the engines and then they try to sell them as quickly as possible. If you find a clean engine bay in a car you're prepared to buy, just be careful. Do your due diligence, because at the end of the day, you're spending your hard-earned money, and that's not the only car in the world. Okay, it's not the only car in the UK. It's not the only car available. There's hundreds of thousands of cars out there. You don't have to buy the first one you see. I know that's very counterproductive for me to say as a car dealer, don't buy the first car you see. And let's say you've got 5 cars booked in and mine is the first one. I'm actually shooting myself in the foot here, but unless you get a good feeling about the car and you like how it drives, you like the salesperson, you like the ambience that you're in, if you're not being pressured into buying it, if you're not being given, I don't know, ultimatums, or if you don't buy it now, I've got 5 more people waiting, and yeah, just walk away. Or do you know what, at least just say, look, okay, I'm just gonna go and grab a coffee, call the other 5 people to come and have a look at it. If it's still available by the end of the day, give me a call and I'll come around and we'll talk. 9 times out of 10, they're probably gonna call you even before your barista got a chance to make your coffee, because usually there's not 5 people waiting. And don't get me wrong, there are instances where a car is very popular, and if you're not making a decision there and then you might lose the car. You can leave a deposit if you want, but just be careful, okay? Because you've worked hard to make that money. Don't just waste it on a piece of metal that's probably not going to get you even home. So just be careful what you're buying. That's all I'm saying. Right, let's go back to this car. Sorry about the little rant there. Well, it's not really a rant. It's more of a buying advice, because I've been in this business for a long time. So yeah, just be careful. That's all I'm saying. Anyway, moving over to the driver's side, you've got rear electric windows, front electric windows. This is to lock the windows. No, sorry, this is to lock the doors. That's to lock the windows. You've got electrically adjustable mirrors, and you've got electrically foldable mirrors as well. You can see they both fold in when you press the button, and they both fold out as they should when you press the button again. Right, let's jump inside the car. So let's start over from the right, work our way towards the steering wheel, center console, and move down here. Right, so over here you've got your traction control. This is your hill descent assist. This is to lock in the differential, and this is to change the intensity of the light in the dashboard. Down here, that's I thought it must be a little cubby, but it's not. Steering wheel, nice and chunky. It is leather wrapped as well, so it will stand the test of time, because usually with non-premium makes or non-premium like trim levels, you get that little rubbery, plasticky steering wheel that just disintegrates in your hands. Obviously, because this is leather wrapped, it's absolutely fine. You do have a multifunction steering wheel, so this is to answer and to reject a phone call. That's for modes, that's to mute, that's for your that's to change radio stations, and that's for your volume. Over on the right side, you've got your cruise control. Press on that to activate the cruise. Push down on this, and that will set it. And then press cancel to cancel it. Over here, you've got your voice assistant as well. And then in here, you've got your lights. So you do have auto lights, which I would recommend you to leave it on. Let's just turn the fog lights. So leave the normal lights on the auto feature, and then this is your fog lights. You can turn the front and rear fog lights. And then over here you've got your wipers, and you do have auto wipers as well. That's your trip button, and that is your dashboard. Obviously you can't really see much because the car is turned off. To turn the car on, put your foot on the clutch, press the start button here. As long as the key is inside the vehicle, press the start button, and then the car starts straight away, just like that. Now, as you can see, there are no warning lights in the dash whatsoever. Let me just turn the AC off now. That's it. As you can see, there are no warning lights in the dash whatsoever. The only light is the fact that the handbrake is on, the fact that the door is open, and the fact that I'm not wearing my seatbelt, which are all very easy fixes. Over on the left, you've got your rev counter. Over on the and the water temperature in the middle. Over on the right, you've got your speedometer with your fuel gauge as well. And then down in the middle, you've got your trip A, trip B. If you press this button here, it switches between trip A and trip B. Then you've got range 125 miles, 41.9 mpg. That's your instant mpg, 30 mile per hour. It's been on for 5 hours since the last reset. And then you've got trip A again. Usually I like to keep it on this screen that shows me the exact fuel remaining. Obviously you do have it in there, but those two little lights could mean 100 miles or 50 miles. I don't know. But having a look at that is perfect. Odometer, as you can see, it reads 93,190. So for a diesel engine, that's pretty much nothing. I mean, these cars could do hundreds of thousands of miles, obviously with the proper maintenance, but yeah, that shouldn't be an issue there. This little button here is to adjust the position of the headlamps. You can see it there, so that's if you want to raise them or lower them. And moving over to the, well, over here you've got a air vent, plus you've got your stop button over there, and then in there you've got your main infotainment display. You've got your volume, tune. Right, so it is set to classic FM at the moment, but you can actually change it by pressing that. Am I doing this the right way? AM, FM, okay. Okay, right. So yeah, that's for the button, so you can change different radio stations. BBC Radio 1, smooth. Ooh, let's go to smooth. Right, okay. Let's not. So you've got your volume up there. This is to reject the CD. Plus over here, if you want to manually tune it to a different radio station. So you got your radio media over there. go to media. No device available. Oh yeah, that's if you want to plug it in. And then you've got map. Press that again. Okay. All right, here we go. Map. That's it. You've got your map over there. Plus, you've got your settings here. Bluetooth system, traffic, navigation, audio display. And then you've got your information over here as well. Map. Anyway. Excuse me. All right. I do apologize. I am suffering very badly with hay fever, and it's not really the best season for me. Plus, having the door open and the sunroof open and everything, it invites all sorts of pollen and weeds and grass and stuff to come in, and I am very gently inhaling all of them. Yeah. Right. Let's go back to this. So there is one little downside with this unit, and I found it to be with quite a lot, if not 99% of the units out there on the Hyundais. The touchscreen becomes a little bit unresponsive. So for example, if I was to go into the menu there, right, I can press the Bluetooth. That works absolutely fine, right? So I can connect my phone to Bluetooth and everything, but if I was to go to map, if I press the menu, it's not responding. So I think it's just like the lower half of the screen, which is a little bit unresponsive. It doesn't affect the use in any way, so you can still use the radio like I've showed you. So you can still change radio stations. So look, see, even here. Oh no, that works. So yeah, you can still change radio stations. It's just the bottom line that usually has a little bit of an issue with. And there's not really a fix for it. What a lot of people have done is they've replaced actually the whole unit, because this is quite an outdated one. So you can actually buy, I think it's like, I don't know, 60, 70 pounds, something like that. If you want, you can replace the whole unit, and you can get like one of those Android units that have like Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, and all that jazz. So you can do that if you want. Obviously, you can still keep your reversing camera and everything. So everything works exactly the same. That is obviously if you want to. Now, I've sold quite a few of these, and a lot of them had the same issue. I've obviously pointed it out to the customers. They said, look, there's no issues. I'm not bothered about the screen. I don't usually press the screens anyway. They just asked, look, can I just change the radio and stuff? I'm not going to use the sat nav on here because it's outdated. Let's be honest, it's 2013, hasn't been updated since then. So you might end up driving on the motorway, and then this sat nav will tell you to take an exit that hasn't been there in 8 years or whatever. So yeah, it's not really dependable, but you can connect your phone via Bluetooth. So I've managed to connect my phone via Bluetooth to it. Absolutely no issues. And then you can still stream music directly from your phone through the car speakers if you need to. It's just the touchscreen is a little bit temperamental at times. So again, these are the things that I always like to mention. And it's obviously down to the people that want to come and have a look at the car. At least they are informed, and they know that there is a slight issue there with the touchscreen on that. You can still use it, like I said, you can still use it absolutely fine, even without pressing the touchscreen. But it's something to mention. Let me just show you the reversing camera. So that's to get it in reverse. And you've got your parking camera over there. Plus, you probably heard that beep as well. That's for the parking sensors. They work absolutely fine. You've got your hazard lights over here in the middle. Dual zone climate control. So you can probably see that right now. Passenger has 19.5. The driver has 60 degrees. So you can actually have different temperatures set. So right now, if you bring them both down to low, they will automatically sync. But what you can do is, let's say we go to 16. If I press dual, it comes up with dual there, so I can actually have 20 degrees over on the driver and 16 degrees over on the passenger. If I press dual again, this 16 will jump to the 20, and then I can adjust both by just using these rather than using both. So look, if I press dual, that jumps to 20, the dual disappears, and now I can adjust both with just one set of buttons. This is for the fan speeds. That's your AC, that's to turn it off. That's auto, so you can set it, let's say, to 20 degrees, press auto, and then the car will keep it at 20 degrees at all times. So if it gets too hot, it'll start blowing cold air. If it gets too cold, it'll start blowing hot air, and so on. That's your front window defrost. That's where you want the air to come out from, and your recirculate button over there. You've got two buttons here. These are for the heated seats. So you do have two levels of heated seats on the front. So that's high, that's low. Same over on the driver. That's your parking sensors. Down here you've got your aux port, you've got USB, and you've got two 12-volt sockets in there as well, which is absolutely fantastic. I absolutely love 12-volt sockets. I wish cars would have 10 of them, because there's always something you can plug in. 6-speed manual gearbox. There's no point in me telling you how smooth it runs, especially now after it's had a new clutch and gearbox. It goes through all the gears flawlessly. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and then reversed lift, left, and up, just like that. And the camera kicks in. So yeah, it runs buttery smooth. There's no issues with that whatsoever. You got two cup holders here, good old manual handbrake. If you've watched any of my other videos, you'd know I'm a big fan of manual handbrakes, purely because they barely go wrong, if ever. And if something goes wrong, it's usually just a cable that needs adjusting or something silly like that, which doesn't cost a lot. If you have an electronic handbrake, that's where the big bills are starting to pile up, because they usually have all sorts of computers that need to be synced to the ECUs of the car. That's just rubbish. Nice big chunky armrest that opens up. You can see how thick that is. You've got some storage in there, plus you've got a slot there for your key. Now, in case this has never happened, but if it does, at least you know how you can start. So let's say if your key runs out of battery and the car won't be able to start the car remotely from the button, then before you get a chance to replace the key, it doesn't mean you have to be stranded. The battery, sorry, in the key, you're not going to be stranded. All you have to do is pop the key in there, press the clutch button, press the start button, and it will start straight away. So that's, again, a safety feature if you ever run out of battery on your key. Right, let's go over at the top. Got your rear view mirror over there, plus you've got your interior lights here as well, which work absolutely fine individually as well, and that's with the door open. That's to close the sunroof. That works absolutely fine. Plus over here you've got your sunglass holder. That's what I was looking for. So yeah, I am a big fan of cars with sunglass holders. I don't know if you've already noticed, but I am wearing my sunglasses right now as well. And the reason I wear them, I mean, yeah, it is still light outside, but hay fever has quite a big role to play in this. If I remove my sunglasses, my eyes get watery very quick, and I start closing them, and I don't really want to drive with my eyes closed, because, well, I haven't mastered that skill yet. I hope nobody has. Over here you've got your sun visor with a vanity mirror as well, and then over here you've got an interior light like that, and the light closes. As soon as you close the sun visor, the light turns off as well. Another really cool feature of this sun visor is the extendable part that's over on that side. So let's say if you bring it here, you see you still have this little gap here. So the sun, if it's going from that side, it could blind you. But if you open this, that opens up perfectly and it could cover your eyes perfectly so you can drive. I think that's a really cool feature. It's the same thing on the passenger side as well. It's a really nice feature. So see, it's stuff like these that Hyundai have thought of and a lot of manufacturers haven't, which is a bit of a shame. I'm just opening the there we go. That's a nice little view from the outside. Right, let's get back into the car. Right, I'm just going to park this car. I'm trying to think where I'm going to park it. Where am I going to park it? Right, let me go ultra wide. I know exactly where I'm going to leave it. Right, let's go and drive this baby up. Please don't start beeping at me for not wearing my seatbelt. I am on a public, well, no, I am on a private road. I want to point this out. I never drive without my seatbelt on. That's just dangerous and, well, stupid. Don't drive without your seatbelt. They save lives. Okay, like, genuinely. But yeah, the car pulls absolutely fine. It'll probably start beeping at me now. There it is. As soon as I stick it into second. Right. Reverse. Just gonna leave it parked here. It's not gonna bother anyone. That's the reversing camera. Plus you can hear the parking sensors kicking in as well. I'm just gonna turn it off because I hate that beep. Right, well, that is pretty much it in regards to the Hyundai iX35. It's a very, very good car. It's one of my best sellers, to be honest, because they're cheap to run. They're cheap to buy in the first place. They are full of tech. They've got literally everything you want, and they look very modern. They look very, very modern. They still look like new cars, even after like what 12 years since they came out. Well, this one is a 2013, isn't it? Pretty sure it is. Sorry, just having a stupid moment at the moment. Just trying. Yeah, it is a 2013 BN13 HVY. So yeah, it's a 2013 car. We're obviously in 2025 now, so it's been what 12 years since this car came out. It still looks fresh. It still looks modern. It still drives absolutely lovely. As always, if you're interested, don't hesitate to contact me. You can find me on 01684 355 032. You can visit the website at www.vindemotors.co.uk, or you can just go send me an email, which is vindemotors@gmail.com. If you have any questions, queries, burning issues, anything like that, leave them in the comments and I'll do my best to get back to you as soon as I can. But yeah, this is the Hyundai iX35. Shame about the touchscreen in there. Like I said, it works. It partially works, but it doesn't affect the functionality whatsoever. But everything else works exactly as it should. Thank you very much. I hope you have a great day, and hopefully I will see you soon. Take care.